Hello, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Bourbon. My name is Steve Akley. I'm a company called the ABV Network, and we are doing a special tasting tonight of Distillery 291's high proof offerings. So we've got three incredible whiskeys here. We've got a 124.1 proof single malt. This was released in 2018, part of their experimental series. Next up, we'll be drinking a single barrel that comes in at 128.2. And finally, we'll end the night with a true Hazmat offering, 148.7. This is the one that they released to celebrate their 10th anniversary. So the company was founded on September 11th, 2011. So they celebrated 10 years this past September 11th. So they thought they would do something really special, and they came out with this ultra high proof offering. They do have a lot of high proof whiskeys, and the reason for that is the climate. They're out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. So you're talking about high desert area, and so not a lot of moisture, and just the way the climate is, the water will leave the barrels before the alcohol does. So it's much easier than in, say, Kentucky, which is more of a wet climate than Colorado up in the mountains. And they will, with that, the alcohol tends to leave quicker. So again, I don't know the science part of it. I don't know why that happens, but maybe if one of you guys knows science, you can explain it to us. But that's what they tell me happens. So, and again, this was a big celebration of their 10th anniversary, so it was a big deal. We were lucky enough. The only way you could get it was to pick it up at the distillery by chance. One of the guys who I thought would be on here, but he's not on here. He might be out working tonight. Danny happened to be out there for their 10th anniversary. So I was able to buy a bottle, and you can designate someone to pick it up for you at the distillery. And he did that for us. So that was a pretty cool thing. The distiller himself is an interesting guy. His name's Michael Myers. And he was a very successful fashion photographer in New York. So, all the fashion shows and stuff like that, he was involved in that. Had a very successful career. After September 11th, he decided, to start making some life changes. He moved his family out of New York City. I just thought that was a smart move. And then he's, commuting back and forth, Colorado to New York, and that gets to be a grind. And he starts taking an interest, doing some reading about distilling. And the funny thing is, he decides to do it to make this career pivot without ever having even brewed beer. He never distilled anything. He never brewed beer or anything like that. He takes this leap of faith that he can figure it out. And literally was watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. He started out with renting a 300 square foot space. So that's literally where he started out. He didn't have money for a still. So he used some of his old copper plates that they used in the photography process to create his own still, which he still uses today as a doubler at his distillery. Since then, he's moved to a kind of a state-of-the-art facility, 24,000 square feet. So, really upsized what he's doing. They've got pretty good distribution. I think they're in, 15, 20 states or something like that. So they're out there for sure. I will say this: who here has tried their whiskey before? Any offerings from them? It has a very distinct taste. So one of the things that is a signature with Distillery 291, and this is a Michael Myers thing, this is a creative thing that he does. He always finishes his whiskey with aspen staves. The aspen fir tree is, huge out in Colorado, and he wanted to give it a local taste to his whiskey. So he literally cuts these staves, and then he chars them with aspen charcoal, so charcoal made from aspen trees, and then he smokes them on literally like a Weber grill. So it's not like some huge fancy machine or anything like that. It's literally, he smokes these things on Weber grills, and for the finishing process, he throws a bunch of these in the barrels to give them a very unique taste. So that's something that's pretty interesting. And again, is that when you do that, is it bourbon anymore? Really, by definition, no, because you are adding flavor to it basically by adding that in there. But the TTB and the ruling how they are allowed to write things, it's Colorado bourbon flavored with aspen stave. So it's a weird technicality, but in reality, it's not really bourbon when you do that. But it's unique, it's delicious, and I think you'll like it. If you haven't tried his products before, I think you will. Again, I like it, and everybody that comes on our events does. They've come on to present their products a couple different times, flagship whiskey events. They did 2 of those with us where they share some of their signature whiskey. They also came on and presented their entire lineup, which was really a cool event. So they had like 8 different offerings, ran through the whole thing. So they do a great job. And I think that you're going to like what we have here. And again, they've got lower proof stuff too. I don't know. I've got some other ones here. Let's see what this is. So this is just their Colorado Rye Whiskey. So this is 100 proof. So I think that's the bottom line. They do 100 proof stuff for their low base products. So, but they are highly recognized. They participate in a lot of awards. I think they've won over 150 awards for their whiskey in the 10 years that they've been out there. So really great stuff, great company, excellent people behind the brand. Certainly worth going out to see. We're going to be making a movie next year. My company is, and they are going to be featured. So Distillery 291 is part of that movie we're calling Colorado Whiskey, where we tell the story of Colorado whiskey. So what we want to do next, we do want to get involved in the tasting. Let's pour our second one. Again, this is the 128.2 proof, the bourbon. Let's pour that, but we're not going to drink that one. We're going to go to the one that we poured earlier. Been getting a little bit of air to that. So let's grab that glass and let's talk about some nosing notes first. See if we can, Barrett, we'll see if we can open you up here and because we want to get you guys involved. It's a participative thing. We end up calling everybody to do tasting notes. Again, there's no wrong tasting notes. So it's fun to do that. So we'll get you guys involved in that. All right. What do you think on the nose?
Pine Sol?
Pine Sol? Oh. It's not a good start, I would say.
But it's got a very dry, kind of a stringency.
Mm-hmm. I think what you'll find is it's those signature.
Am I muted?
I'll have to mute you. Yeah. I think what you'll find is that's going to be the Aspen stage. As you taste that, it's a very mellow taste, but you do catch it on that. And I think that's your initial, again, your first exposure to it. It's different.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, Aspen is a pine, right?
Right.
So
Correct.
that's what I'm smelling.
Yeah. So, but man, it's to me, you get a couple different that's certainly in there. You're getting the Aspen staves finish right away, but you're also getting some kind of maybe brown sugar cake type of taste. So maybe some sort of confection from the bakery that's sweetened with brown sugar, some sort of coffee cake or something like that.
I told you my sinuses were all screwed up, but first thing I smelled was bubble gum.
Bubble gum. Okay. Bubble gum. Any specific types? We like to ask that here. Maybe.
Like bazooka.
Bazooka.
Yeah, it's like bazooka, like the sugar that comes off of it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Powdery sugar stuff.
the powdery sugar that you get either off of like bazooka or
Baseball card kind of
baseball
thing.
card gum. Yeah, yeah. What about you, Justine?
I don't know. It kind of smells Christmassy to me.
It smells what?
Christmassy.
Christmassy. Okay.
Like, I mean, like I get the pine. I wouldn't call it pine sol, but I get the pine.
Yes. Yeah. I
But
don't think
like-
anybody wants their whiskey called Pine Sol. That's a.
Yeah,
that's
No, we're not nosing gin here. Yeah, like some Christmas spices. I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of as you nose it, there's definitely strong vanilla in there too. So interesting. All right, let's give it a try. First one of the night. Cheers, gang. Let's try this thing. Let's see what we got.
Steve, dare I say marzipan?
Marzipan. Okay. All right. Wow, that is really good. So it's very sweet up front. I mean, it's like,
That's sweet.
very, very sweet whiskey up front. It does heat up, man. It heats up nice. So, I mean, this is outside, outdoors by the fire. This one's good.
It's not like normal single malt. Like when you like compare it to say Lenny's single malt, that taste like single malt, like
Right. Right.
earthy or whatever. Like this tastes like candy.
This has
Tastes
a
like candy.
sweetness to it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times when you're drinking just a single malt, because Scotch is a single malt, you right away you think, okay, this tastes like Scotch. This doesn't taste like Scotch to me. It doesn't have that taste at all. But
It's interesting. It almost seems like a rye up front, but it finishes. You get all the malt on your tongue and your mid palate afterwards going down. But it definitely seemed very, very much more like a rye. On the tip of my tongue, kind of coming in.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the finish is, I don't get the smoke for a malt until after I take a sip of water, but it's obvious then that somehow that water brings out that malt.
Yeah. Yeah. So Barrett and Aaron, do either of you guys have like a mic that you're plugging in, or are you just working off like a laptop or something like that? Okay. I was just wondering if there's one of you could shut off the mic so it's not picking up the other one, because that's where we're getting the echo. Let's try Aaron here, see what happens. I'll send you an ask to unmute, and we'll see how it goes. Aaron, what do you get on the taste?
I agree with Jasmine. It almost has like a little bit of pine, definitely heats up on the back end.
Yeah, it does kind of heat up on the back, but that was kind of like the initial drink. Now, as I'm drinking it, it seems to already be less heat. With the first drink, it was just really warm, but it's not as warm the second go around.
It does seem to tamper down a bit on substances. I do taste some vanilla and no coffee as well.
Yeah, you're sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there, so that's added yet another twist to the thing. So sorry, we're only picking up a little bit of that there, so apologize. We'll switch it over to Barrett and see what Barrett says. What are your thoughts, Barrett, as you taste this one? Yeah, you're on mute. Yeah, we need to send an IT department into those guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're not. Can you unmute or not? Yeah, you're muted.
Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry
There
about
you
that.
go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's I do get like the piney taste. Burns all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure I like this one.
Does it same thing as you drink more than one drink? Does it keep burning like that, or?
It's the same to me, man.
Same. Okay. Me, that first drink was a little hot, but as I drink it now, I'm not catching.
Steve usually mentions this up front, but save some for another go around later.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, you want to save some of this because we will come back to it. So we'll check it
Jesus.
on the second time. So you guys are side by side. Could you just work off one laptop by chance? Just sit together? Or is that awkward? That might be the way to go, rather than two machines that close.
Shut Aaron's down, or
Yeah, shut one of them down so it doesn't. There we go. Okay, let's try this. We'll ask that one to unmute. See what happens here. This could be the solution. All right. This is the one that breaks up, though, unfortunately. I don't understand. Yeah, it seems like you guys would be using the same internet, but maybe it's a machine. Maybe it's a machine thing, because on the one machine you talk perfectly fine, but on that one it just breaks up. So, apologies, guys. We should have worked this out this afternoon and got together. So, but, yeah. All right. Aaron's making the move over there.
All right.
Okay. That sounds good.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. Bring your chair over here.
Oh, yeah, that's much
Yeah.
better.
That's much better.
All right. I'm
Okay.
sorry about that, y'all.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. No
Right.
problem. So, So Bear, we heard you say that it's just a little hot. You not your thing.
Yeah.
Let's ask Aaron again. Aaron, I know you were talking before, but unfortunately we weren't picking up very much of that. So if you don't mind, just sharing with us.
Yeah, I tasted definitely some honey,
Mhm.
as well as a little bit of vanilla
Yeah.
notes as well.
I agree. That stuff's there. We're going to set this aside though, and we'll come back to it. We'll go through a second time. But for now, we're going to just set that one aside, and we're going to go ahead and pour the Hazmat one. Again, Hazmat being over 140 proof, defined by the airlines. Airlines will not let you take this on board. They even put it underneath. You can't carry it. Throw it underneath the store, underneath the plane. No 140 proof stuff. So, take one, all right. All right. So this one again is a barrel strength offering of their finished bourbon. And let's talk about this one on the nose. Very different. This one is kind of, I'm not even getting the aspen staves like I got right away on the first one, but it's same thing, finished with the aspen staves. But this is more like light popcorn. For some reason, that was what I'm getting. Like a light caramel corn.
Limes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting limes.
Limes. Okay.
We get a little leather.
Little leather. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. Kind of a classic note for sure. Anything else?
Say citrus, but more of a orange than lime.
Orange. Okay. So definitely citrus there. We got two people saying stuff from the citrus family. Aaron or Aaron, either of you guys picking up anything else on the nose?
It's definitely citrusy.
Yeah. It's definitely seems lighter. So again, this one's 128.2 proof. Let's try it. Let's see what we got. That again, a very high proof. Let's see where we're at here.
The wrong one. You said 128.2.
Just 148.
Oh, I thought you said 128. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, this is one we're drinking we're doing the 128.
The 128. See, I told you.
Yeah, 148 is coming up next. Yeah. So the 128.
That's like barbecue taste.
I get apricot on the finish.
Apricot on the finish. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, this does not heat up like 128. This one it's warm, but not 128 warm. No. This is as we know them, the porch bourbons where you know you've had enough to drink when you fall off the porch. It has that feeling. It's just you can pour this, drink it, take another one, pour it, drink it. But again, 128 will catch up to you pretty quickly.
Yeah, this one just kind of spreads out and coats your tongue a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. It's a kind of even taste to it, but
It's completely different than that single malt. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not even close to the same. I mean, it's much more balanced. Definitely getting it all over the palate, longer finish.
Yeah.
Just for 120 proof, it does not drink like 120.
No.
It does not. I mean, it definitely. I mean, if you gave this to me cold, I'd definitely say it's over 100, but I wouldn't. I don't think I would have put it over 120.
Yeah. But that being said, the finish kind of goes on forever. I mean, it just keeps it's going. It's not hot. It doesn't heat up like some of these when you can get a 128 that's just hot to be hot, and that's not good. But this just heats up nicely, stays warm, and just kind of sticks with you. Yeah. So, Aaron, what are your thoughts? What, as you taste this one, any specific flavor profiles you're getting, and then what do you think of this one?
I get some citrus on the back end. I do pick up that citrus, but you're right. It tastes it drinks like a 90 proofer in my opinion.
Yeah. It's light for what it is. That's for sure. Barrett, how about you? I know you didn't like the first one. Is this one a little bit more?
This one's much more enjoyable to me.
Yeah. I like this one better too, to be honest with you. I liked the first one, but I like this one better. It's again, I'm a bourbon guy. Single malts aren't my thing, so. But yeah, that was an enjoyable single malt, but this one is way better. Mr. Legend, how about you? What are you getting as you taste this one?
Well, it doesn't heat up like the first one.
Yeah.
It goes down a little smoother. and it's got a great long finish.
Yeah. Yeah. This one's 4 points higher, but tastes like it's way lower.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's scary that way.
Yeah. Exactly, Jim. What are you getting taste wise? What kind of flavor profiles you getting, Jim?
I definitely the leather was coming through for me. You know, it's like initially on the nose, I was picking up the citrus notes, and then I did, you know, as Melanie said, it's like I really did start picking up the leather, and I'm getting more of the leather smoothness. You know, and that's me. It's kind of a leather is kind of a, it could be a tobacco, it could be a leather, but it's a very smooth kind of mellowing flavor. It's not overpowering and it's not super smoky. But I'm definitely getting that more on the back palate and finish.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Miss Justine. What kind of taste are you getting here?
Yeah, I agree with the leather and the apricot. The heat, I don't know, like I can't feel the heat. Like I feel it in my mouth, but that's it. I don't feel it go down at all. Yeah, it would definitely be dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. This would be a funny one to do in a blind tasting, you know, guess the proof, you know, that's funny. You know, Melanie, how about you?
Don't have anything else to add. You know,
Okay.
just citrusy, leather, smooth. It's very balanced. It's more balanced than the
balanced.
first one.
Yeah.
I would never
Yeah.
guess that the two came from the same distiller.
Yeah. Yeah. Birthday boy?
Yeah, I like the warmth, and you know, I would say the warmth is even from the palate all the way to the finish, and then it's a long warm finish.
Yes. Yeah. It's really good. So yeah, they definitely hit the mark with this one. So good stuff.
My question to you, Steve, is, I mean, this was a single barrel. So is this indicative or typical of their single barrel proof products like this?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of spot
They're all
on.
gonna be very similar.
Yeah. I mean, close. There's always some variance,
Yeah.
but yeah. But yeah, this is kind of what I get when I drink their foolproof single barrel stuff. So it's very pleasant. All right, let's
It's
get
good to know that it's worth looking for.
yeah, for sure. I think they may even ship now too. So check that out if you really want to get something. This last one, Hazmat. Look at that. That's a nice color too. That's kind of a mahogany look to it. Again, this one comes in at 148.7. To qualify for Hazmat, it has to be over 140. And this is well over that.
So of course, I know that they put this out to celebrate their 10 years. Do we know how old this is? Is it 10 years old, or was it just celebrating their 10 years?
It's just celebrating their 10 years. I don't think it's 10 years old, but I think it's old. I think it's like 7 years old or something like that. I mean, so for a craft distillery, that's pretty old.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think he has any of the original barrels that he laid down. But yeah, very, very interesting. All right, on the nose on this one.
Back to the nose in the first one.
Okay. Saying the pine sol.
And it's more about that pine scent with the burn. I think that's more than anything. It's not that it smells like pine sol. It's that but it's definitely that pine, you know, aspen scent and the burn from the alcohol.
Yeah. This will be interesting when we get to the tasting. Any other notes? Because I mean, there's some sweet stuff there, and again, kind of citrusy once again. I mean, so
Like
Kind
cinnamon.
of better
Cinnamon?
rum.
cinnamon on that. Like a rum, you're saying?
Like
Yeah,
butter
rum.
like
Buttered
butter
rum,
rum
okay.
candy.
Buttered rum.
I can get that.
Yeah, butter rum's good. Oh,
It smells like vanilla pudding with caramel on it.
vanilla
Yes.
pudding with
Yeah.
caramel. Yeah. Okay. That's getting better. Yeah. That's good. All right, let's do this.
Gasoline.
All right, let's try it, gang. Here we go. Last one of the night. Let's try this thing. We'll see where we're at here.
Damn.
I like that
Never
one,
gets
man.
that proof.
I want a bottle of that.
Yeah, that doesn't feel high proof at all. Again, that
That's,
might feel
that's
like it's
also scary.
Not at all.
that feels like it's lower proof than the other one.
It does.
This is
Holy
extremely
cow.
dangerous.
This is way dangerous. Yes, boy, that is darn near perfection.
You want to talk about your porch bourbon?
This is fall off the first step for,
Fall off your chair first.
This is drink glass number one, go halfway through glass two, and you roll it off the
Goddamn.
porch.
Just stay on the steps.
Yeah, fall out the front door on your way to the porch.
Wowzer, that is amazing.
Pretty
That
good.
is- that's really good. There's a little bit of everything in there. I'm getting, leathery notes. I'm getting some fruity notes like pear or something like that. I mean, kind of even like a cherry, like a pipe smoke, but kind of like the cherry pipe, kind of very sweet pipe smoke. That's good.
I'm not a wine connoisseur, but does anybody notice the legs on this? Goodness.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The mouthfeel is amazing.
I'm getting a lot more vanilla on it, which I like. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good, vanilla coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not picking up the
I want a bottle of
aspect.
that.
I'm not picking this up with this one. It's just,
No, that was just on the nose.
yeah. Boy,
Not
it's
like
good.
the first two.
I
Yeah.
like the first two.
Yeah. This one is just, woo.
It's almost like, even on the nose now, it's like that the vanilla is hiding just underneath the the aspen scent.
Yeah. This feels like the lowest proof of the night. For sure.
Now the heat stays more in your mouth. It doesn't have a long finish. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't have a long
the
finish.
hug like you expect. You think it's
No.
going to burn all the way down, but it doesn't.
It does not. No. Kind of just heats up in the center of the palate, really. I mean, it's kind of targeted. So.
It disappears. It's like I'm not even feeling it in my throat.
Yeah.
It's like I've had some other hazmats, and they literally it feels like they evaporate off the back of your tongue. It didn't feel like it evaporated that way, but it's like you're trying to swallow, and
Yeah.
it's like it
Doesn't go
feel
down.
like it hit
It
your
just kinda
throat.
fades.
It's gone. It's all mid palate, back palate, tongue, and that's it. It's gone.
Yeah.
That's freaking delicious, and if they need to do more of that.
Right,
Mid-palate,
right.
back palate.
I think that's the plan. I think it was eye-opening for them to see, this higher proof stuff, the interest in that. So I think that they're going to be doing some of that stuff. Justine looks like she's in the club now or something. She's got like the pulsating light flashing.
I don't know what's going on.
You have an electric storm going on there.
No, my computer is 12 years old, so it's probably gonna die in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. So yeah. So
I don't even have the TV on. Normally when it does that, because I have the TV on and it's like flashing.
oh, it's something like off the screen now. Anything, Mr. Legend? Anything you'd like to add tasting notes on this one?
Nothing much, except it's good.
Yeah, it is really good. Jim, how about you?
I'm getting some of the citrus notes kind of like as an aftertaste.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm getting that on the palate now that it's gone, and I haven't had a sip for a little while. But man, that was
aftertaste is really good with this one. Sometimes you get it's either drying or bitter on some of
Yeah.
these, but this is
Yeah.
not. It's.
I mean,
it's-
some of the high proofs are the really if it's older age, you get the same kind of where it sucks the moisture out of your mouth, and
Yeah.
your tongue and everything, and it's really not doing that. I mean,
kind of
it-
zaps you on
it-
those taste buds that are kind of right here in the middle of your mouth, right?
It shocks me that it's 148 proof, and I didn't. It's like there's no hug at all
Mhm.
whatsoever. There's no hug. It's like I barely even felt it going down my throat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's absolutely fantastic. I would definitely buy a bottle if I could.
Okay, Aaron, how about you, man?
Yeah, I had a really nice finish on it. Hardly any burn. Definitely drank like a low proofer, which was really surprising. That's probably the most surprising thing I think about it for the 148.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a shame that they only put this out as their 10-year, and
Mhm.
this isn't what their main game is right here.
yeah. Be on the look. Where are you guys out of?
We're out of Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Well, there you go. Jim's a Louisiana guy too. So what part of Louisiana are you, Jim?
Mandeville, LBC.
Mandeville. Mandeville. Oh,
Not too far away.
yeah. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool. Barrett, how about you? What are your thoughts as you taste this one?
You fall off the 12th step with this one. This is fantastic. That's awesome. Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, you definitely fall off the porch. You don't even care. I mean, you're not going to notice drinking this stuff. So,
You might have trouble on the sidewalk with this one.
Yeah.
right.
That's fantastic. It's awesome. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Neil, anything else to add on this one?
I tell you what, I don't know. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but it's delicious and it's a lot smoother. And I don't normally like the term smooth or whatever, but it did not have it did not have the burn that I was expecting with that high proof.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Where do we purchase this?
that was about $100 a bottle, which again, when you get something that good and that high proof, that's money well spent. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'd buy as many of those as I could get if I had an opportunity to buy more. I mean, that's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just a shame that the opportunity is gone now.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So, but be on the lookout. I think, like I said, it was eye-opening, the reaction to it. It sold out quickly. So I think they'll be continuing to do some of the high proof offerings, and their definitely distribution network is certainly expanding. And now everybody's kind of getting into the shipping stuff. So hopefully as long as that continues, maybe we'll all have access to it, which would be cool. Very cool. Melanie, anything else to add from you?
I definitely agree with Justine and the vanilla pudding with caramel on it, but way after the end and the finish, I almost get like a walnut.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like the pudding with a tiny piece of good fruitcake on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Very specific. Justine, you fixed it where it's not doing the flashing thing, but it's good. Anything else you want to add, Justine, to this one before we?
No, I think everybody's pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
I was trying to look on their website to see where they ship to.
See,
I know they don't ship to Michigan because nobody ships.
Yeah, Michigan is really they've cracked down on so much stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. But all right, well, again, we'll come back to that. Let's set it aside for now because we found on these things sometimes it's bad to judge things the first taste. We like to give these things a little bit of time. So we'll go back through the same order that we did. So we're going to start all the way back down to the 124.1 proof of the single malt. I can't imagine we're going to like it after the experience we just had. That was darn near perfection, but we'll try again at a little bit higher level. We won't go to asking everybody and that type of thing, but ask everybody to contribute if you like to. I mean,
Right now, this Steve is giving me vanilla pudding on the nose.
yes, that's different. As you said the first time, you were like pine or pine sol or the aspen staves. I'm not getting that now. It's getting more, like you said, like a vanilla pudding. So something that's a little bit more appealing. Second time
Definitely has improved with being open.
On the nose, at least. We'll see if the on the taste if that holds up. But yeah, I think there's been improvements on the nose, which can be, we found it too. Sometimes it's deceiving because we think, oh, now the whiskey's going to be great. It hasn't either changed or it's not better or anything like that. But I think on the nose, a marked improvement for sure. It's pretty solid. So let's see what we got. Let's taste this one again. Here we go. Let's try it.
He did.
To me,
It looks like everybody on here is available for delivery except for me.
oh, really? Okay, so
Y'all are covered.
so we can follow along. They do have like a newsletter you can sign up for when they have these releases. So that's a tip. Sign up for that. And then sounds like you'll be able to get them. And they do several special releases. Of course, they all the time have the regular stuff, but they do these special releases, experimental series, and then around their birthday, they do something really cool too. So be on the lookout and sign up and sounds like we can buy them. Other than Justine, if anybody's traveling through Michigan, buy a bottle and drop it off to Justine's place.
Well, I mean, there are other states that can't get it, too, but everybody that's on this call right now can get it.
Of course. Taste wise on this one, second time through, anything of note? A lot of that heat is gone. This one was hot. I don't feel like it's hot like it was the first time.
Well, after 148, I mean, you know,
Maybe it's just us that's evolved. So sometimes you do have to take in consideration you evolved too. We've had 148 proof, but
Now getting some black licorice on there.
that's a good note for sure.
Yeah. Definitely some purple jelly beans there.
Purple jelly beans,
Yeah.
maybe a little cider taste to it too. Kind of. I think it's improved. I do think it's improved. Is it up to the level of that third one we just tried? No, but it's definitely better than our first go around with it for sure.
I still
so
don't
is-
think that it tastes like a normal single malt.
Mhm.
like
It
what
does
I-
not taste,
Yeah,
like
it doesn't taste like a single malt at all.
doesn't taste like what we know single malts to be for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely still has the tartness, like you said, kind of like a cider, but that
Mhm.
piney aroma that was prevalent the first time is gone.
That's all gone. Yeah, that's not even there. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of single malts, but I really like this. This is good.
Yeah,
after it's opened up, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely
This-
benefited
this-
from that.
This is one of those pours that definitely benefited from being in the glass for a good 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Sitting there. Yep.
it significantly improved.
It did.
But you
So,
know, it's like I gotta say, you know, what's interesting to me is the finish on it. Reminded me a lot of the like new riffs, especially the ryes.
mhm.
You know, I
Yeah.
had that same kind of malted finish that I
Yes.
get on the newer fries, and I like that.
I
So
agree.
That's a good finish.
Yeah. It's amazing how everything has changed. The nose is improved, the taste is improved, and I say the first time around, again, it kind of fell in the zone of being hot to be hot, and it's just not like that anymore. So it's good, it's solid. So keep this in mind. At the end of this, we will rank these 1 through 3. What are favorite, second favorite, third. So as you go through, kind of note that, and you don't necessarily have to lock in what we did with the first tasting. So it could this could change. So we'll see. All right, let's grab our second one, the 128.2. And let's talk about that.
Smokier now than it was the first time.
Smoke here. Okay.
It smells more like a single malt than the single malt.
It kind of smells like a smoky maple syrup.
Smoky maple. Yeah.
I'm
Definitely
getting
getting
the
the-
Memphis
this-
barbecue
this-
pork rub.
Barbecue pork
Yeah.
rub. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was serious. I was being serious.
So more on the savory side on this one, as we know,
Mhm.
It does.
versus sweet on the other one.
Oh no, why you hot?
Anything else? All right. Let's taste it and see where we're at. Let's see what we got. Oh, Jim's downed it. That's it. Jim's done.
Having a full mouthful that time, I could feel that it really sucked the moisture. It was like,
Uh-huh.
and that's why I did that. I wanted to. I was wondering, you know, it's like a lot of times when you get into the close to 130 or plus proof, it's going to do that. But I mean, it was still really nice, but definitely sucking that moisture, and it's all going to be like aftertaste now. It's like sucking it back
So
out
this
of your
is-
teeth.
So Jim, are you telling me this was like science that you just did? It was for the
No.
benefit of science? I was going to say, we'll have you do it with the third one too. Yeah, take the big drink and see how it holds
Well,
up.
no, here's what we need to do is you need to send me another, like, you know, bigger sample.
Sure,
And
sure.
then I'll start getting scientific with you.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jim, if that works, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it hasn't worked yet. So
Okay. What else do we think about this one, tasting it through on the second time?
This kind of reminds me of that cherry wood one that we had from Still 630.
Yeah, so yeah, still 630. Did a cherry wood. So yeah, it's kind of like that.
And this one's definitely more scotchy flavor to me than it was the first time around.
Yeah.
It tastes more scotchy and less bourbon.
It's also evolved for sure. For sure. So
Mhm.
we're getting some changes going on here that are happening. Mr. Legend, anything you want to weigh in on?
Nope.
Okay. All right. All right. Either Barrett or Aaron, either of you two guys.
I
Anything?
feel like we can really see what those aspen pine staves start to do here. I feel like
Mhm.
a lot of what I'm tasting is responsible for those pine staves that's different than other whiskeys that I've tried.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely makes it unique to Distillery 291. So it feels like they're a great one for a blind tasting. Who made this whiskey? I think you could pick out their stuff, which is hard to do at most distilleries, but theirs is definitely unique.
On the nose, yeah. Especially early on the nose, I could probably pick out that if I'm getting that deep pine scent like that,
Mhm.
I could probably pick that out. Now, after sat in the glass for a while and then I tasted it,
Yeah,
maybe not so much. I don't know.
right.
Because I mean, it definitely comes through more as an aroma for
Not
me,
yet.
not a something heavy on the flavor palate, especially after it's sat for a while.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's put that one aside too. Now back to what I think was the clear leader. But again, second time, maybe it hasn't been kind to this. So we'll see. We'll see. It's doing just fine on the nose. Wow.
This one smells the same to me than it did as it did the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's definitely a layer of flavors in there too. It's a lot of different nosing notes that you get with this one.
Maybe instead of the vanilla pudding, it's more like chocolate pudding now.
Chocolate pudding. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That 128 was definitely vanilla when we came back to it, and this one does smell like chocolate pudding now.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Chocolate pudding's a great descriptor.
Change over time.
Getting leather.
Leather. Okay. Yeah.
Leathery chocolate.
It's kind of like, rich, like worn leather, not,
Oh, like the
not
old
new.
Corinthian leather?
The rich Corinthian leather.
Back to when my
You feeling me?
I hate chocolate pudding.
You hate chocolate pudding. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how on the taste. We'll see if the taste can be totally different. So Barrett's not rooting for chocolate pudding on the taste. We'll see. Last one of the night. Cheers on this one. Let's see.
Cheers.
Woohoo. Man, I like that. It's not chocolate pudding tasting. So Barrett, I think you're okay. I don't.
It's
doesn't-
fantastic.
Yeah, it's just
That's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Doesn't
Yeah,
suck.
this is definitely fall off the sidewalk bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Good
got almost a fruity flavor toward the end.
Fruity. I did too,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
almost
kinda-
fruity like
kinda hits right at the back.
fruity like so fruity it's almost like fake fruity versus
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
real fruit versus what
Right.
they made in the lab for a
Right.
bubble gum or something like that.
Fake flavor.
Like
Jolly
fruit
Rancher
leather.
or something. Yeah.
Dried fruit, more
Yeah.
more concentrated.
Yeah.
Versus
Mhm.
that.
Kind of like a fruity pebble kind of.
Yes.
Fruity Pebbles. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. fruit.
Thinner sliced fruity pebbles.
Yeah.
Or like that fruit leather stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fruit roll.
Yeah. Fruit roll up.
Fruit roll-up.
Yeah.
Fruit
Yeah.
rolls.
Kind of translucent, but
We kind of had the tattoo you put on your tongue.
yeah. Yep.
Those kind of fruit roll-ups.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
By the foot.
Yeah.
You just done a bottle of Elizabeth New with a GoPro.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
chip in.
McNew's my co-host on one of her shows for the guys. We do podcasts and all kinds of stuff, but she's on one of the podcasts with me, and she's the one who started the whole porch drinking thing because she used to she's moved, so she doesn't have the great porch like she used to, but she used to sit on her front porch, which was steps and things like that, and she would drink. And then several times she actually did fall off the porch because she kept drinking until too much. She went too far and fell off this porch, which I would have loved to have seen. Everybody's got the doorbell cameras and stuff like that. I wish that footage would surface and we could see some of that. That would be grand to see McNew tumbling off her porch drunk, trying to get up. But yeah.
Well, hope she's doing well with the way the holidays treated her. So
yeah. Well, she just had a rough year. I mean, lost her mother-in-law and then her dad right at the end of the year. So tough time. Very, very rough. Very rough. I don't know. That's pretty darn good.
These are all very good and very different.
Yeah. Winston, you got to find your samples, man.
I do need to find them, but I did break open a different 291 today that's finished in maple barrel on top of the aspen stave. So, and this one clocked in at 136.
136. Okay. Is that good? I haven't tried that one. Is it good?
Yeah, this was a barrel pick by a store out in Frisco, Colorado.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. It's too bad I don't know anybody that goes out there. I could.
I'll bring you one next time.
Oh, that's right. Winston goes out there. Oh, yeah. I do know someone who goes out there. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Very good. So
I'm definitely getting more, it's like the longer and longer the finish sits in, I'm getting more citrus and licorice notes.
Yeah. But still, that proof is just deceiving. It definitely doesn't drink like that. So what I want to do next is give you guys just a couple minutes. You can compare them side by side, whatever you need to do to come up with your rank. 1 being your favorites, number 2 being second favorite, 3 being third. And then we'll ask you what it is and we'll score these out. What the ranking is for the night.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
Let's see. Okay. I get to participate in this one, so.
My God, that Knob Creek tastes like water now. Isn't that scary?
I do.
120 proof Knob Creek tastes like water after that.
Wow.
Right. I'd like to go first with the ranking, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, just 1 second.
So now I do want to say now with the 124.1 proof,
Yes.
I would pay probably about $32 for a fifth of this,
Okay.
but I didn't like it.
Okay.
But I liked enough to pay that much for it. And it's going to go in order, straight up from the proof. So the last one was awesome.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
148.
That 148 was awesome. It did not drink like 148 proof. It was great.
That was great. Okay.
12,
All right.
12 out of 10.
All right. 12 out of 10. That's above perfect score. So very good. All right, Aaron, how about you then?
All right, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to agree with Barrett. That first one, it seemed like it was almost hot for no reason, and I can enjoy a hot bourbon, that drink kind of hot.
Right.
That one just seemed like it was kind of hot for no reason. That 124. Although, if I compared it to other 124 proof bourbons, I'm not so sure if it was as hot as we're making it out to be. I think I have some 124s I've tried, and they're probably just as hot. All these are pretty high proof. So I don't know if it's just that we're comparing it to this 148,
Right.
which, and this 128 that both drank like less proof than what.
Oh yeah, way less. Yeah.
But I would say the 124 for last, and then the 128 second. The 128, coming back to it, I have to agree with Jim. He said that, I think he's the one who said that it had that vanilla nose to it, or the vanilla pudding.
Yeah.
I think he was spot on. I think he was spot on with his assessment. It drank real nice. I really could pick out in that 128 proof the difference with those aspen staves that they added. And I do think that's a nice novelty. I don't know if I'd want it for an everyday drinker, but definitely something I would break out and let other people experience. It's definitely unique to this distillery. And then finally, I gotta say that that Hazmat 148.7 proof, it blew me away. It drinks more like probably like a 120 proof, or maybe even like a 112 proof, something in there.
Yeah.
Had great finish on it, long finish. Did dry the tongue out a little bit, but anything you get up there and when you're
It's
talking
so high
about
proof,
70%
yeah.
ABV,
Right.
yeah, that's always going to dry your tongue out and dry your whole mouth out pretty good. So I really can't take anything away because of that. Beautiful finish on it. Had a really nice nose on it too. So that'd be my ranking.
Okay, fair enough. How did you guys, was it like a Christmas gift for you guys? How did you guys?
It was a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Nice. We like when people give our events for Christmas. It's a very cool
Yes,
thing.
sir.
So I believe Tina, and again, I don't know Tina, but
Her mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. She's my favorite person. So
Yeah,
she gave,
we're best friends
uh-huh.
and we married sisters.
Okay. All right. Go. Very cool.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. So, well, thank you guys for being part of this, and yeah, check it out. We do this, a couple times a week, actually. So yeah, we do this.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll definitely check it out. We appreciate you doing it.
Yeah.
Check it out,
Absolutely.
everybody. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of the crew ends up coming back time and time again. So yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. So yeah, I didn't necessarily know any of these guys that are on here. It's not like we're all best friends and
Right.
from doing these events is how we got to know each other. So yeah. All right. Next up, we'll ask the legend. I'm going to kind of go in the order that you guys are on my screen. It may be different from yours, but legend's first one on my screen. So what's your rank?
I'm gonna keep it simple.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go in reverse order.
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Next on my screen is Jim.
I mean, I'm with everyone else. I mean, yeah, I like the Hazmat was the star of the show. Number 2, that single barrel, that was fantastic. Both of those, the as far as the single barrel and the Hazmat, they were both fantastic on both passes.
Yeah.
I definitely like the malt, the single malt, much better on the second pass.
I agree.
But I mean, that was definitely by far
It came up. Same thing for me. It didn't
it was
pass anybody
like
on the rankings, but it did come up.
at first, and then it definitely came up much closer.
It's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was definitely a 3-2-1 situation.
Yeah. How about you, Neil?
I have to go along with the crowd. I was kind of stuck on the second one on the single barrel, and I thought I was going to like that best, but when I got to the Hazmat, it was surprisingly complex and very identifiable as far as being able to tell the flavors and everything over the proof.
Right.
And but I tell you what, on the single malt, if I was ranking that against other single malts, I would put that first.
Yeah, maybe my favorite single malt I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's really good. Really a good single malt for sure.
So 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Melanie?
Same, 3, 2, 1.
All right. All right, Justine.
I feel like it's just going to be a sweep across the board and just follow 3, 2, 1.
Okay. I do get to vote this time since it's not a blind tasting. If it's blind, I never vote, but I did 3, 2, 1 too. So I did the exact same thing everybody else did. Winston, you don't get to vote because you didn't get to try them, but yeah, so you've got a good preview as to where we're at. So it's 8 points for the single malt, 16 for the bourbon, and 24 for the Hazmat. The Hazmat, it's just a clean sweep. Everybody voted exactly the same, which has never happened on one of our events before. We've never had where every single person has voted the exact same way. So that's pretty wild to think about. So
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
yeah. I think we got it right at the end of the day. When it goes like that, I think we got it right. So very good stuff. And yeah, I think, the bottom line is Distillery 291 is doing some good things. They are expanding rapidly, getting into more markets. I saw part of 2022 is they're going to be getting in even more markets. So be on the lookout for them. They may be coming to a liquor store near you very soon. So good stuff.
Except for Michigan.
Maybe they'll make it there for Justine. We'll see. We'll see. With that, I'll say goodbye. Just turn off the recorder. I stick around. We can talk bourbon, chat, whatever you like. But because we record this for people who can't make it, I'm going to turn that off. So we'll say goodbye again to the people that are watching on the recording. See you guys.
Hey, thank you.
Absolutely.